Okay guys, I thought I'd do a quick guide to the website so that you know where to find things and what to look for. So the web address is hannahtyermanlecturer.wordpress.com. Really easy to remember. Okay. On the home page there are some quite useful things if you scroll past the Ella1 revision we were doing the other day. You've got all the scene summaries, photographs of all the posters. If you click on each poster, it'll enlarge it in a new tab so that you can have a look at it in a bit closer detail. And I've also got the copies in the classroom if you want to use those. These are the terminology videos recorded by you, so you can have a look through any of those that you feel uncomfortable with or unsure on and use those. This is the Othello essay structure and the spoken language essay structure, so you know what to follow, and if you haven't taken pictures when in class, these are what you need to be doing. You've also got all the motivational speeches, so if you want to practice any of your analysis, you can watch each other's speeches back and see what you can identify. Okay, we've then got other motivational speeches from previous weeks, which we looked at in class together. And if you scroll further down, you've got Othello scene summaries, which are also on the Othello page, and other past homeworks. Notes on Iago might be relevant if you want to look at the character in a little bit more detail. Okay, so that's the main page. There are some useful things there that it's worth scrolling down for. Okay, so your main content is going to be on Ella 2, spoken language analysis, Othello, and SPG. So I'm going to take you to Ella 2 first and show you what's there. So we've got all the flashcards that you made on StudyStack. There's all the terminology flashcards all together in a downloadable PowerPoint file there. Terminology videos that were on the front page are all on there. And these are all the ones connected to every aspect of Ella 2. You've then got your speeding guides for each assessment, and a link to all the past papers. So if you've lost your exam booklets or need to practice anything, click on there. You can also look at mock exams and past examiners' reports. Okay, so I'm going to click on spoken language analysis here. I've got a little bit more content to add to each of these two sections, but this is what's there at the moment. I'll have added it hopefully within the next hour or so. Okay, so I've created a playlist on YouTube. Mako showed me how to do it. Thank you very much. I really love making playlists now. So this is the spoken language playlist. This has got videos that I've created, but also other things that might be useful. And there's also a playlist of good speeches to analyse, and I may well add some more to that throughout the week. If you've got any recommendations of things to add to that, please let me know, and you can practice your analysis on those. Okay, so these two prezzies take you through the steps for analysing a spontaneous speech extract. This is a video that's also in the playlist. There's some sample essays here for you to have a look through. There's also the Poplet, which shows you how to analyse a prepared speech, the spontaneous speech, and then bring it together. So this one's going to be the most useful because it draws it together and pulls all your comparison together. I'm adding a few more things onto there. What's new within the videos are videos of me talking you through a couple of past responses and also some of the examiner's reports, just to explain what candidates are doing right, what they're doing wrong, and offering you a few more tips. So they're really worth watching if you've got a bit of time. Have them on in the background and enjoy my really annoying voice. Okay, so Othello's the other section that you should be looking at. Within this, again, I've got a playlist which has got scenes from Shakespeare. It's also got cartoon Shakespeare versions and other aspects that are worth a look. Okay, so all the terms that you need to know for Shakespeare. There's the wall wisher that we set up near the start of the course for websites to help you study Othello, which might be useful. There are infographics for Write a New Introduction and Exploring Language, which might be useful too. These video lectures about how does Shakespeare persuade us that characters are using real speech. If you feel you have the time to watch these before the exam, then go for it. However, those should have been done already. Okay, I've got a couple of example essays on here. I'm hoping to add some more throughout the week, so if you guys do brilliant essays, then hopefully I will put them on there and there'll be a few more samples by the end of the week. However, I'm struggling to get samples of Othello essays at the moment. Okay, so these scenes are all your short recaps for each of the Othello scenes. So again, I am going to add a couple more things on there, but those are the two main sections, with Ella 2 being the third. Okay, if any of you need to practice any spelling, punctuation and grammar, this is the site you need. Probably skip past a lot of the first stuff. If you have a look at the proofreading guide and the proofreading mat, they'll be useful for most of you, just to print off. Connectives learning mat, very, very useful. Starting sentences, again, very useful for those of you who struggle just to get started and to make links between texts. These are great comics to do with semicolons and apostrophes, and they're really nice. There are some other things on there that you need to take a look at and practice with if you feel spelling, punctuation and grammar is an area of improvement. Okay, the only other thing I was going to show you is in Ella 1, those of you that need to look at word classes and sentence types, they're just at the bottom of the terminology part. Okay, so word classes and sentence types are just on there. Okay, so enjoy. My videos are probably worth a watch. I've put loads of them together this weekend because I'm really cool like that, and I've just spent the whole weekend doing work, which is fantastic. However, it'd be a shame if you didn't use them, so use them please. So Ella 2, spoken language analysis, Othello, some spelling, punctuation and grammar stuff, and go to Ella 1 if you want word classes or sentence types and you feel unsure about those. Okay, good luck, it's in your hands now.